So, Andrew, in your time across investment banking, have you developed a personal investing philosophy?
Absolutely. And it's been a very expensive process, fine-tuning my investment prowess, I can tell you. Look, I think the lessons of that I've learnt in investing are many, and I guess what suits me, but doesn't suit everybody. I think generally, my advice to people, whether it's friends or family, or often footballers want advice on money. God knows why they come to me, but they do. They also ask me how to do a talk from 60 out buddies often. Do you think I'm holding the ball right now? Anyway, I digress.
And Andrew's apparently taking the biggest specky at the Swans.
Ever.
Yeah.
I'll get my phone and show you later. You can put it on your website. It's unbelievable. I think for most people, the important thing is really diversification, so that they're not putting all their eggs in one basket. And I think buying a house, for example, is really important. And I genuinely believe that's the cornerstone for most people, to invest in a house and then leverage it appropriately, and then use that leverage to go and do other things. Superannuation, all those sorts of things is important. I think finding the right people, it's more important for most people to find the right people to manage their money for them, rather than try and do it themselves. And the biggest mistake I think most people make, and I've made, I don't make it too much anymore, or at all anymore, is the old, you get a tip, someone says, look, this is great, it's like horse racing or something, this company can't lose, go and go and buy Bitcoin, or go and do this kind of. If you don't understand it, and don't do it, because the snakes and ladders analogy is a really good one, because you'll make some wins, and then you get seduced into doing more and more, and you'll put more bigger and bigger bets, and then bang, you'll lose it all. And I've done that repeatedly, and I see people do it repeatedly. And I think that the key is finding the right people to help you manage the money. Give it to them, and if they're doing a good job, just leave it there. Don't panic. Don't say, I think the market's going to collapse tomorrow. Read an article in the newspaper. I'm going to do this. Just get the right people and leave it there, and assess it every few years. And if they're not doing a great job, maybe you move it. Don't give it all to one person. Spread it around. All those sort of things. Personally, I'm a very different investor, which is, I tend to have a relatively small number of things I invest in. Real estate's one of them, but also stocks, where I will take large positions and just sit on them. And I talk about in the book a study that was published in the Washington Post many years ago, and I thought it was the best ever investment paper I've read, and I tried to recreate it, so mine's slightly better. I did pinch it from somebody, but no, it's been updated. And it was all about the great companies, in the last 20 years, and I'm talking about the Apples, the Microsofts of the world, and these trillion-dollar companies have repeatedly and regularly halved, and then halved again, and then doubled. So on their journey from very 10-cent shares, 5-cent shares, Apple, whether it's it's a good example, through to where it is today, $1 trillion company. It's been a roller coaster, and if as an investor, if you're reactive, and every time you read bad news or the market falls, or you sell, you're just going to miss. You're not going to time it. You're not going to time it. Yeah. Just stick.
What's your portfolio positioning in Bitcoin?
It's a very interesting one. I don't have any that I'm aware of. I just sold my Tesla. Look, Bitcoin's a mysterious beast to me, and my instincts are it's real, and but it's not something that I've invested in. But that's probably because I don't understand it. But I wouldn't discount it in the future. I think it is real. I think it's here to stay. Yeah.